Alright, we started, okay? So today we're going to do more times table stuff, okay?
I didn't drop.
Shh. So times tables, you know what timetables are?
Times tables.
Yeah.
Oh, so you times them up, right?
So it's just a lot of people memorize how to times numbers together. So they call it, they think of it as like a grid, like kind of like this, of numbers. And so they kind of memorize what times what is what, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. So for example, if I said like the 1 times tables, right?
One.
That's just writing down all the multiples of 1. So 1 times 1, 1 times 2, 1 times 3, 1 times 4. But the 1 times tables and the 0 times tables are kind of easy. We don't really have to include them, right?
Right.
So what's 0 times anything, you know?
0 times anything.
Yeah.
0 times 33. It's just 33.
No, 0 times, not 1 times.
1 times.
What's
0.
1 times? Yeah, so 0 times 33 is 0. What's 1 times 33?
1 times 33. 1 times 30. Oh, 33.
Yeah, so 0 times anything is 0, okay?
Oh.
And 1 times anything is just that thing again, okay?
Okay.
So 1 times 45 is 45. 1 times 87 is 87, you know? 1 times whatever is that thing again, yeah?
Yeah.
1 times a trillion is a trillion, okay?
Okay.
So
1 times 1.
is 1, yeah?
Yeah.
And 1 times 0 is 0, so it's consistent, okay? Those two rules are consistent.
Oh, so 1 times 0 is 0 and 0 times 33 is 0.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So, if you thought of the 1 times tables as all the things that are timed by 1, right? Can you see every single number here would be on the 1 times table because everything is something times 1. Yeah? Okay. What about the 2 times tables?
2 times tables.
Yeah, so what do you get when you times 2 by things?
2 times things.
Yeah, so what's 2 times 0?
2 times 0. 0.
2 times 1.
2 times 1. 2.
2 times 2.
3. 4.
2 times 3.
2 times 3. 6.
2 times 4.
2 times 4 is 8.
2 times 5.
5. 10.
2 times 6.
2 times 6. 12.
And then 2 times 7.
2 times 7. 16. 14.
Yeah. Okay, can you see 2 times things that give you all the even numbers, remember?
Oh, okay.
Because that's what we say were even numbers, right?
Okay, yeah.
So that was just 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16.
There's even numbers
So
in
every
my
second
iPad.
number is an even number. Okay?
There's even numbers in my iPad.
Oh, okay, cool. So every second number is an even number, okay?
Okay.
That also means that every number in between is not even because we've used all the numbers to times by 2, okay?
Okay.
There wouldn't be any numbers left for them to be 2 times something. Okay, so the 2 times tables are just the even numbers.
Okay.
Okay?
No more hours for us.
我要你再进来的，不是要你老打扰我们，好吗？
但是没有就给我们了，但是
你有那么多 Oreo，你别说话可以吗？我听不到。
可以
Alright, so what about the 3 times tables?
3 times tables.
Yeah.
Okay. 3 times tables. I think they're the odd numbers.
No.
So they're the even numbers?
They could be even and they could be odd. Like 6 is 2 times 3, right? So that's even. But 9 is 3 times 3, it's odd.
Okay.
So they're sometimes even, sometimes odd. But I think you should actually do the numbers before you make these generalizations, okay?
Okay. Michael, it's not finished yet, see?
3 times 0. It's distracting, okay? 下次你不会带进来的吗？你每次都这样子。Alright, 0 times 3.
0 times 3. What? 0 times 3? It's 0. It's 0. 0 times 3 is 0.
Yeah, 1 times 3.
1 times 3. 3.
Okay. 2 times 3.
2 times 3. It is 6.
6. 3 times 3.
3 times 3, it is 9.
4 times 3.
4 times 3. Okay. It is 12.
5 times 3.
5 times 3. It is 15.
6 times 3.
6 times 3. Oh, okay. Is it 18? 你就说说。你就说说。
8 times 3.
8 times 3. Okay. 8 times 3. Wait, what? Four freeze was, 5 free was 15, right?
Yeah.
So I need this 6 freeze. Wait, 6 times 3 is 18. And then 7 times 3 is 21. And then the final last is, so 8 times 3 is 24.
24, okay. Okay, now give me 9 times 3 and 10 times 3, 11 times 3, 12 times 3.
Whoa. I don't think I can remember that much, and it's a little bit hard for me.
Alright, 9 times 3.
9 times 3. Oh, okay. Then, is it 27? Yes.
10 times 3.
10 times 3, it is 30.
30.
Yep, and then 33 is 11 times 3.
Yep, and then?
And then 12 times 3, it is 36.
Alright, good. Okay, and you can keep going, right? It can go on forever, basically. Yeah?
Yeah.
Alright, I have a question for you. So, can you name 5 numbers, okay?
Okay.
One number from each row, okay? That's not in the 3 times tables.
Okay.
Can you say one number that's not in the 3 times tables and it's also not in the 2 times tables? Okay?
I don't really understand this too.
Alright, let's make it simple. For the first row, okay? Out of these numbers, yeah?
Yeah.
Tell me a number, okay? That's not in the 3 times tables and it's not in the 2 times tables. Okay?
Okay.
So we just did 3 times 1, 1 times 3. You know what I mean? We just did all that.
Oh, okay.
So we want a number here that's not one of the numbers that you said. Okay?
What was it again?
So I want to pick a number from 0 to 9, okay?
0 to 9.
And we want a number that's not a multiple of 3 and it's not a multiple of 2. Okay?
Okay.
So it's a number that's not equals to 2 times anything and it's not equal to 3 times anything.
Yep. Okay, now I understand.
Do you?
Yeah, it's the real truth actually. Yeah. I only understand a little bit actually.
So you're gonna pick a number.
But pick a number.
Yeah, you have to think about these numbers.
Oh, okay. Then. So 4.
So can you see 4 is on the 2 times tables, right? Because 4 is 2 times 2.
Oh, okay.
So actually all the even numbers, you can't pick them really. But 4 is not a multiple of 3, okay?
Okay.
Not on the 3 times tables. So I want a number that's not on the 3 times tables and it's not on the 2 times tables. Close the door, sit down. Close the door. Sit down. So we're talking about numbers which are not on the 2 times tables and are not on the 3 times tables.
Okay. So that's. I didn't quite understand.
Yeah, so you pick a number from 0 to 9
Okay.
that's not on the 2 times tables and it's not on the 3 times tables.
Okay.
So for you, just pick any number at all and then think about if it's on the 2 times tables or the 3 times tables.
Okay.
Pick a number.
Pick a number. Okay, any number?
Yeah.
But just not the 100 ones.
Just here in the first row. Okay?
Only on the first row.
Yes.
Okay. 6. I know, no, 6.
Yeah. Okay.
7.
Alright, 7. So is 7 a multiple of 3? Is 7 on the 3 times tables?
No. I think no.
Well, how would you know? Well, the 3 times table starts at 0 or 3, right? And it goes up by 3, okay?
Okay.
So it goes 0, 3, 6, 9. It doesn't have 7 on it, okay? It goes past 7.
Okay.
So 7 is not a multiple of 3, okay?
Okay.
So that's good. Is 7 a multiple of 2?
7 multiple of 2.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay. Is it a multiple of 2? Wait, I think the answer is no.
Okay, why?
I don't know why, but I think.
Yeah. Well, remember multiple of 2 is just even numbers, right? And even numbers we just said is just 0, 2, 4, 6, 8. So it skips 7 again.
Oh, okay.
You have 5 minutes.
if you do 3 times 3, it can only be 9, but there's no way to do like 3 plus 3 plus 2, because we are right now doing times, right?
Say again.
We can't do 3 plus 3 plus 1 right now, because that's 7, but we are doing a time right now, right? That's all, so that's a easy way to get to 7, right?
Yeah, so if you change the number from 3 to 1, that means that you're not in the 3 times anymore, okay? Okay, good. So on the first row, 7 is a good example of a number that's not a multiple of 2 or a multiple of 3, okay?
Okay.
And actually it's one of the only ones, okay? So the only numbers in the first row that's not a multiple of 2 or 3, okay, are 1, 5 and 7. Okay?
I also think that 4, wait a minute, 4 plus 6 is 10. I'll try to do it plus 3 to the 7, but I'm not doing the more plus like 2 to plus 5 things, but let's just keep going.
Yep, okay, so can you do the same thing for the second row?
For the second row is the 10 row.
Yeah, give me a number that's not in the 3 times tables and it's not in the 2 times tables.
Okay. So 11.
Okay, 11. Let's try 11. Is 11 in the 2 times tables?
No, because I know why. Because it is like 2 times 10 is 20, and then you can't get the way to that. But now you have to do 11 times 1 to get there, right? But but you're saying not to do the 2 times and the 3 times, right?
Yeah, so we know that 2 times it goes 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, it skips 11, right?
Right.
And then 3 times it goes 3, 6, 9, 12, it also skips 11, okay?
Okay.
So 11 is good, it's not on either of the times tables.
Okay.
Mixing it up a little bit, can you name a number in the top 2 rows, name one number from each row that's in both times tables. It's in the 2 times tables and it's in the 3 times tables.
It sounds very interesting though, but I don't really understand.
You have to think about it to understand it. So we just found a number that's not on either of the times tables, right?
Right.
Now I want a number that's on both the times tables. Do you know what both means?
Both.
Yeah.
Both means there's 2 things both together.
Yeah, so it's on the 2 times tables and it's on the 3 times tables.
Okay. With the 2 times tables and the 3 times tables.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So.
Ai, 关门啊，别忘了。 Okay.
Okay.
So can you see if something's not on either of the times tables? It can't be on both. So it definitely the 7 won't work and the 11 won't work for this. Okay.
Okay.
You need something else. Okay.
Something else. Okay. Something else. Yeah. Wait. I shouldn't think about the answer because I already started to trying to say to you is to I don't understand this still. Yeah.
Okay. So just guess a number and then we'll see if it's true or not. Okay, for that number.
Okay. True. You mean the odd ones?
Well, the odd ones are not multiples of 2, so they're not going to work. Okay. So if you actually have a little bit of a clue, you'd guess an even number.
Even number?
Yeah,
So
but just guess any number really. I mean, the point is to think about examples. Okay.
Okay, then 4.
Okay, 4. Is 4 2 times tables?
4 2 times tables.
Is 4 on the 2 times tables?
Oh, oh yeah.
Yeah, what is it? It's 2 times.
2 times 2.
Ah, it's 2 times 2. Is it on the 3 times tables?
3 times tables? No.
No, because it goes 0, 3, 6. It skips 4, right?
Yeah. Skipped 4.
Yeah, so 4 is on the 2 times tables, but not on the 3 times tables, okay?
Okay.
So we want something that's not on the 2 times tables and is not on the 3 times tables.
Yeah. So guess another number. Okay. 21.
Okay, I mean it's not on the first 2 rows, but let's look at 21, okay?
Okay.
Is 21 in the 2 times tables?
In the 2 times tables?
Uh-huh.
No, because there's like this is only a plus way to get to 21. It's like 21 plus 1. That's the only 20 plus 1 is 21, right? So that's the only way. Because look, 20 plus 20 is 40 oh.
Yeah, I think you have an idea. It's just hard for you to say it. Look, so you have 20 is in the 2 times tables, right?
Right.
And the 2 times tables go up by 2, okay?
Okay.
So it'll go from 20 to 22, skipping 21, alright?
Alright.
So that means it is not on the 2 times tables, okay?
Okay.
Is 21 on the 3 times tables?
Okay.
Is it on the 3 times table?
On the 3 times table.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Is it?
I mean no, it's
What?
not.
So why?
It's because free you can't do like free stuff to jump to 21, right?
Are you sure?
Yeah.
You did the 3 times tables just before, okay? So you should be able to figure out what's on the 3 times tables.
Wait.
So tell me some things that are on the 3 times tables close to 20.
Close to 20.
So for example, what's 6 times 3? Remember you did that before.
6 times 3.
No, 3 times 6. 6
3
times 3.
times 6. Okay.
6 times 3. I guess that's what we said our 3 times tables was.
6 times 3. Okay. 6 times 3. And then 4 more. 18?
Mm-hmm. So if you know 18's on the 3 times tables, can you figure out how to get to the next thing that's on the 3 times table?
The next thing to go to on the 3 times table
Mm-hmm.
on or you're saying off?
On. If you know 18 is on,
Okay.
then you know what the next one is, right? So you just keep adding 3.
Oh, so you mean 7 times 3?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I get it now. It is 21.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now I got it.
Okay, so the next thing that's on the 3 times table is 21, okay?
Okay.
Why is that important?
Oh. I think I don't know why.
Remember 21? Why is 21 special?
21 special.
Yeah. So 21 was a number that you guessed, right? Remember?
21.
Yeah, remember? I said guess a number and then you picked a number that wasn't on the first 2 rows. You ended up picking 21.
Oh yeah, I picked that.
And then we said it wasn't even. It wasn't a multiple of 2, okay?
Okay.
And now we just realized now it is a multiple of 3. It's 7 times 3.
Oh, so you can you can figure a big number and then add 3 times that up to 21, right?
Yeah, but we don't need to do a big number yet. I think at the start you should think about small numbers. So 21 doesn't work, okay? Not for what I said before, okay? We need another number. So pick a number in the first or second row.
At the second row.
Yeah.
Let's. No, this is bad news. I just almost picked 15, but I'm not allowed with it. It's 3 times 5. It's 15.
Oh, good, okay. So as far as we're concerned, that's like we picked 15 and then we figured out it didn't work. So that's just as good, okay?
Okay.
So 15 is a multiple of 3. It's actually not a multiple of 2, but... Okay, pick another number.
Okay. 13.
13, okay. Is 13 a multiple of 3?
A multiple of 3.
Is 13 a multiple of 3? Is it in the 3 times table? Is it 3 times something?
3 times. Oh my god,
Gosh, yeah.
okay, gosh. Yeah. I don't think so. It has a plus thing because I just think about 3 times 4, but I know it's not gonna be 13. It's gonna skip 13 because I know 3 times 3 is 12, right?
3 times 3 is not 12.
Or wait, it's 9.
Yeah, but 3 times 4 times 3 is 12. So yeah, 12 is on the 3 times table. That's good.
Yeah, so
It's gonna skip 13. That's what you're trying to say, right?
Yeah, it's gonna. If you tell me the 4, and the 3 times 4 is like that means it's 12, right? You told me it's 12, so that means 5 is gonna skip because he has like 5 ones and like a 5.
Yeah, so it's gonna be 3 more than 12, right?
Right.
So it's gonna skip 13, which is only 1 more than 12. Okay, good. Excellent. So 13 is not a multiple of 3, okay?
Okay. Yeah, I'm also going to tell you a question. So when 3 like times 5, yeah, but it can't skip 14, yeah, but you have to actually know how far does it go, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I know how far it already goes. It's 15.
Yeah. Yeah, so. And 15 is bigger than 13.
Yeah,
right?
so it got far by 2 by the 13, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So let's pick another number.
Well, no, you haven't quite done with 13, okay?
Okay.
So you know now 13 is not in the 3 times table, it's not a multiple of 3, it's not 3 times something, right?
Okay.
But is it 2 times something? Is it on the 2 times tables?
Right, 2 times something, 2 times table,
Yeah, is 13 even?
even,
Mm-hmm.
no.
And why not?
I think it's because 3 times 3 is 9 and 3 times 4 is 12. Wait, 4 times 4?
No, it's 2 times tables, not 3 times tables.
Yeah, also 4 times, wait, no. And then also, wait, 4 times 4, there's 4 of the 4s. Oh no, there's 4 of the 3s and 4 of the 1s. Oh, I get it now. So 4 of the 1s, 3s I mean, it is 12, right? 4 of the 3s.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that means 4 of the 1s add, and then boom, it just passed it.
Hold on, so I'm saying if it's on the 2 times tables, okay?
Oh,
Is 13 2 times something?
2 times something.
Yeah, or something times 2, actually. I think our times table was defined to be something times 2. But yeah. Is 13 an even number?
Even number. If I didn't do the 2 times thing to the 13, I'm pretty sure it is. I'm just pretty sure. I don't really like thinking about that. Yeah, but I have to think it right now. Oh, I think no. Is the answer is no? What is question for getting up to 13? I don't know. 7 times 1, it's 7. And then wait, this was the easy thingy for the 13, but it's just like so bad. It's like 13 times 1 is 13.
Yeah, so I think you kind of realize it's not 2 times anything, but you don't have a really like a way to say it. So 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, right? They're the even numbers.
Alright.
So that skips 13.
Okay.
So actually you're done, because 13 is a number that's both not on the 3 times tables and is not on the 2 times tables.
Oh.
Alright?
So that I think I was done with. I don't know why I was keep saying it was an odd number, and I have to think because I don't really know.
Okay. So what about in the first row? Can you think of a number in the first row?
In the first row.
Yeah, that's not.
Oh, if the one numbers like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Yeah. So the single digit numbers. Can you think of one that's both not a multiple of 3?
Multiple of 3.
Actually, hold on. We were looking for numbers that are both multiples of 3 and 2. Okay.
Okay.
So 13 would be a number that's not a multiple of 3 nor a multiple of 2. Okay.
Okay.
So we're still looking actually. So in the first row, can you find a number that's both a multiple of 3 and is a multiple of 2? So it's on the 3 times tables and it's on the 2 times tables.
Oh, so I'm finding the 2 times tables now and 3 times tables now.
Yeah, so it's on both of the times tables.
Okay, that means it's 4, right? That's on the 2 times tables.
But that's not on the 3 times tables.
Oh.
Yeah.
Something that is on both.
Both, yeah.
Wow, this is pretty hard.
But you should be able to do it.
Oh, okay. 3 times 3. Nah, because that won't be the same answer as the 2 times.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, too hard. Let me think about it. My brain keeps thinking about 11, but 11 is not the answer.
I think one way to approach this is at this point is just to pick a number, okay?
Okay.
And then try it, because that you only have 10 numbers to try, okay? And you know it's not going to be 4, so it's only 9 numbers.
It's also not going to be 15.
No, we're trying numbers in the first row, okay? You got to pay attention.
Okay. In the first row, I will try 9 first. Let's see. Wait, no, definitely not. 8. Nah, it's not 8. 7, no, it's not 7. 6, no.
Why is it not 6?
It's not 6. It's because it's just the 2 times 2 times a 3 is 6, and 3 times 3 is 9, right?
Yeah, so what are you trying to say?
Yeah.
6 is on the 3 times tables.
Okay.
Is it on the 2 times tables?
2 times tables.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it?
It's on the 2 times table.
Why is it 2? What is it? 3 times what? 2. I mean, what's it times it by 2?
It's 2 times 3.
Okay. Yeah, so actually 6 and 0 are the only numbers that are both multiples of 2 and 3 in the first row, okay?
Okay.
Because 0 times anything is 0, so you can times it by 2 and 3, okay?
Okay.
And 6 is 2 times 3.
Okay.
Everything else is not, okay?
Okay.
Alright, if you really understand that, which maybe you do, maybe you don't, can you find a number on the second row? Okay.
On the second row. A number on the second row.
Yeah, a number on the second row.
Oh, so wait. I think you're saying the row, not the times table, right?
Yeah, so the number here on the whiteboard on the second row.
Okay, is the 10 row, right?
Yeah. Find a number there that's both on the 2 and 3 times tables.
I know it will be definitely not 13.
Yeah, because we did that just then, right?
Right.
And 11.
Yeah. And it will definitely not be 18, but I did it before, but I still...
Wait, are you
Wait,
sure
what?
it won't be 18?
Wait, what? Wait, I think about the idea if I know is 18. It's a better way to think about it.
Mm-hmm.
It's like you can choose a little high numbers and then add them together, with the times, and then like boom, it's 18. But like with the 3 times thing or the 2 times thing, right? But if 3 is bigger, that means he can do the less numbers and he can get 18 faster.
Mhm. Okay. Well, let's see if 18 is on this. Has this property? Okay.
Okay.
Is 18 a multiple of 3?
Multiple of 3.
Mm.
No. I mean, I think not. I think not. The answer is no, but I only think.
Do you remember when we said 21 is a multiple of 3?
Multiple of 3.
Yeah. Remember? 21.
Oh yeah, it's the 3 times 7, right?
Yeah. And how did we get to 3 times 7? We had to know what 3 times 6 was.
3 times 6. It's 3 times 6 times. So take away like 3 ones minus 3 sixes. So wait, it actually makes 18.
Yeah. So you had that from before. So 18 is a multiple of 3. Okay.
Okay.
Is 18 a multiple of 2?
Multiple of 2. That means I have to do 2 times 7 then.
Or you can try 2 times 7. What's 2 times 7?
2 times 7. Okay.
So I guess we're really interested in 7 times 2, but let's just assume they're the same for now, okay?
Okay, is it 2 times 7 is 14?
Okay, 14. So 14 is a multiple of 2 is an even number, okay?
Okay.
What's the next even number?
The next even number?
Yeah.
Okay. The next even number. Let's check about 14. Wait, did we already check about 14?
No, you just said 14. So start at 14, find the next even number.
We'll start at 14 and find the next even number.
Yeah.
Okay. So start. I think let's check about 16.
Yeah, 16 is the next even number, okay?
Oh, okay.
And then what's the one after 16?
After 16
Yeah.
is 17.
No.
Wait,
After plus 2.
Oh, plus 2, 18.
Yeah. And what's special about 18?
18.
Yeah.
It's because the 3 times. Wait, I needed 2 times. Wait, no. Oh, I really a little bit forgot.
Yes, you forget pretty quickly these things.
Oh. So I actually really forgot. So
18 is a multiple of 2, okay?
okay.
And it was also what you said was 6 times 3, right? So it's a multiple of 3 as well.
6 times 3. Oh really? Oh yeah. 6 times 3. So there's 2 3s is 6 and 1 more 3 is 9 and then 1 more 3 is 12. Then that's 4 3s.
Yeah, so it's 18 is both a multiple of 3 and a multiple of 2, okay?
Yeah, so that means, and then 12, and then it's going to be 15, and then add 3 more, it is 18, right? Because 5 plus 3 is 18. Because you can count 4s like this 3 times. 6, 7, 8. So that's 8. The answer must be 18 then, right?
So 18 is one of the answers, okay? So the only other numbers in that row, which are both multiples of 2 and 3, are 12 and 18, okay?
Okay. Yeah, but I'm going to tell you something. If 18 is the right answer, then all the blue numbers with the 18 is all the correct answers, like 35 plus 3 is 38, right?
Uh-huh. Yeah, but 38 is not a multiple of 3, okay?
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, but 18 is, right? Yeah, but this is kind of strange because I thought it will be multiplied by 3, but it's not. I don't know why, because I thought it has an 8 same on the number. I think it's on that space, and I think it's the same number, and you can same doing it, right? Yeah, but yeah, you make more sense than me because you made it more sense because it's a higher number, and it also it's not multiple of 3 because it's a higher number.
Okay, so let's try the third row, okay?
Third row. Okay, that is the 20 row.
Yeah, can you find a number on the third row that's both a multiple of 3 and a multiple of 2?
And multiple of 2.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so 25.
Alright, let's see 25. Is 25 a multiple of 3?
Yeah, this was 3, and then 3 times 5 is 25. Wait, what? Really?
No.
It's not. Wait, what? Oh yeah, it's 15.
Mm-hmm. So let's get closer to 25. So 3 times 5 is 15. So 3 times... Well, you just did 3 times 7 before, so you shouldn't have tried 5. 3 times 7 you know is 21, okay?
Okay.
So what's the next multiple of 3?
The next multiple of 3. Oh, I'm still picking on the third row, right? So...
No, it's not about the
Well,
third row. It's about what I said to you is 21, right? 21 is the number that I said to start with.
Yeah, I thought it was the third row we are on, but we are...
No, you are on the third row. You're thinking about whether 25 is a multiple of 3 or not, okay? But I'm saying 21 is 3 times 7, okay?
Okay.
And the question about the next multiple of 3 has nothing to do with the third row, okay?
Okay.
So what's the next multiple of 3 after 21?
The next multiple of 3 of 21. In that, it is 3 times 7 is 21.
No, that is 21. I want the next one.
Oh, okay. The next one of 21. Oh, okay. So are you saying you count by ones by next?
By 3s.
Oh, by 3s, it's 34.
24.
No, it's 24. Yeah, I just looked at the...
Okay, 24 is really close to 25, okay?
Okay.
That means it's going to skip 25, isn't it? When you do another one.
Yep, it's going to go to 27.
Mm-hmm. So 25 is not a multiple of 3, okay? So that won't work.
Okay.
Can you think of another number?
Another number.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So do you know what we're looking for, right?
Oh, yeah, found the number now. It's 27. Because look, I think I found it.
Okay, yeah, so it's a good idea to try 21, 24, and 27, right? Because they're the multiples of 3.
Yep. And also, I'm going to tell you something. I think this is multiple to 27 because I already saw the 21 we're starting and we go to 24 and then 27.
No, you go to 24.
Yeah.
If you go up by 2, you only go to 26, okay?
Okay.
The point is 27 is a multiple of 3, that's what you got, okay?
Okay.
You can't use the same thing to get that as a multiple of 2, okay? You need another idea.
Okay.
Is 27 even?
Even.
So can you see the only possible choices are 21, 24, and 27, okay? On that row.
Okay.
Because you know that 7 times 3 is 21. And then if you keep adding 3, you get 24 and 27, and then you go up to 30. So if you're looking for something that's both a multiple of 3 and a multiple of 2, it has to be a multiple of 3. Okay, so it has to be 21, 24, or 27, okay? They're the only numbers you could choose from.
Okay.
And the question is, which one of those 3 numbers is even? Which one of those 3 numbers is a multiple of 2?
Okay, I didn't quite understand that.
Do you now?
Not really.
Do you understand that 21, 24, and 27 are multiples of 3?
27, 21, 20, 24, and then 20.
They're multiples of 3. Do you understand that?
I don't understand that.
You just did that before, okay?
Oh.
To say that 25 was not a multiple of 3, you figured out that 21, 24, and 27 were multiples of 3.
Oh, so you're saying the thing is multiple of 3. Okay, so it's like the things that are multiple of 3, like 21, right? Like 3 times 7.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it has to be 21, 24, or 27, okay?
Okay.
So the question is, which one of them is even?
Even?
Yeah.
Oh. 27?
You can try it. Is 27 even?
Even.
Do you remember what even means?
Even, yeah. Even means a 2 times thing.
Okay, so what times 2 is 27 then?
What times 2 is equal 7? 2 times 3, wait. Oh no. I don't get it why I'm saying this. Wait, what? Actually, I'm starting at 21, right? Or no? I don't know.
Well, choose. You can start at whatever, but I would start at 21 if I didn't know, because 21's smaller, okay?
I also would start at 21 when I'm doing 2 times 3 because it makes me go on 24 for the first 3 and I go on 27.
Yeah, but we're not adding 3, okay? We're talking about 2 now, alright?
Alright.
So is 21 a multiple of 2?
21. Oh! 2 times 8. Okay, let's forget that. Wait a minute. Is multiplied by 2? I think no.
Okay, why not?
Because it's multiplied by 3. That's what I think.
No, it is multiplied by 3, but that's not a reason that it's not a multiple of 2, okay? Because we know that there's things that could be both, yeah? So if you're saying that, then you're saying it's impossible to have a multiple of 2. So you got to pay attention, okay? Because these arguments we've been over again, okay?
Okay.
Look, so 20 is a multiple of 2, okay? It's 2 times 10.
Okay.
and multiple 2 go up by 2. So if you start at 20, it'll skip 21, it'll go to 22, okay?
Okay.
Yeah? So then 21 is not a multiple of 2. Yeah?
Yeah.
But if you're smart, you'll keep going with this idea, because if you skip to 22, 22 will then go to 24, right?
Right.
Then it'll go to 26.
Oh.
Do you understand?
A little bit because I understand 20 for me.
So 20 is a multiple of 2. 20 is even. You understand that?
I understand that, yeah.
Yeah, so then the next even number is you get by plussing 2, right?
Right.
So it's 20, 22, 24, 26, 28. Right?
Right.
So if you're smart, you'll notice that it skips 21, right?
Right.
It hits 24,
Yeah.
and it skips 27.
Okay.
Do you understand that?
Understand now. I actually understand now.
Yeah. So if you skip 27 and 21 and hit 24, well, those are the only 3 numbers we cared about before, okay?
Okay.
So therefore, 24
Yeah.
must be the answer, the only answer in this row, okay?
Okay.
24 is the only number on the third row that's both a multiple of 2 and a multiple of 3.
Okay.
You understand?
What number again? Because I just yawned and I didn't hear you.
24.
24. Okay.
But you didn't have to hear what the answer, you could figure it out from what I said, okay?
Okay.
You have to really use your brain, okay? This is the most important thing in this. The knowledge itself, I mean, yeah, it's fine. But you have to remember a lot more knowledge to make up for a lack of thought, okay?
Okay.
Okay, so we're almost done. The last thing I want to do before we finish,
Last thing.
the last thing we're going to do, okay?
Oh, so
We're almost finished.
Oh, so how many minutes?
Like a few minutes.
Just a few minutes, okay. And I think it's almost done.
Yeah, but it's irrelevant for you to think this, okay? So you just have to think about the question.
Yes, but so one last one, so we're done.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. Alright, so before we did numbers that were neither a multiple of 2 nor a multiple of 3, right?
Right.
Can you find a number in the third row? So this the same row we just did, okay? Third row.
The third row.
That's not a multiple of 2 and it's not a multiple of 3.
Okay. Not on multiple 3 or 2.
Yeah, it's neither a multiple of 2 nor a multiple of 3.
Okay. Oh, 14.
No, the third row. You pay attention, okay?
Okay.
Do you know what the third row means?
Is the third row that is
It's the
between
20s,
rows?
yes. So why'd you say 13? That's the second row, okay? And you already did that before.
I didn't say 13, I just said 14 actually.
Yeah, so I think you should have said 13, but whatever.
Okay, so on the third row, let's see. Oh, can't do that. I already did about this number. I just thought about that to choose that, but I already did it. So I think it's not. Wait, what? Nah. 29.
Okay, 29. That's a good choice. Is it a multiple of 3?
A multiple of 3.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's not multiple of 3.
Okay, why not?
That's because I think in my brain, but my brain didn't really
Explain
know.
it. Alright, I'll give you a good reason, okay?
Okay.
So when we were doing the other thing, we said that the only multiples of 3 were 21, 24, and 27 on that row, right?
Right.
So 29 is not one of those 3 numbers.
29.
Yeah, do you understand what I just said?
No.
Okay, then you have to listen, okay?
Okay.
21, 24, and 27.
24.
21, 24, and 27
21, 24, and 27.
are the only 3 numbers which are multiples of 3 on that row. We said that before. Do you remember?
No.
Okay, well that's annoying, but okay. We said that 21 was a multiple of 3 because it was 7 times 3, right?
Right.
Which means that you get the other multiples of 3 by jumping by 3. So you get 21, 24, 27, 30, okay?
Okay.
So that means they're the only multiples of 3.
Okay.
Do you understand that?
Only a little bit. So those
He skipped all the other ones, so they're all not multiples of 3, okay?
Okay.
But maybe if you want to be more direct, you could say 27 is a multiple of 3, okay? Because that's 3 times 9. 9 times 3.
Okay.
And then 27 plus 3 is 30, so it skips 29, okay?
Skips 29.
Yeah.
Okay.
29 is not a multiple of 3.
Okay. So 29 is not a multiple of 3.
Is it a multiple of 2? So stop waiting for me to ask these questions. You can ask these questions yourself, okay? You just have to be active instead of passive.
Okay. So, let's think about it now. No, actually me, I'm thinking about it. So, now.
Is 29 an even number?
I think it's. Wait. Oh, I thought you were saying is it multiplied by 2?
Yeah, it's the same thing, okay? Is it a multiple of 2?
I think so.
29?
Yeah, I think so it is.
Why?
I don't know why, but I just think so.
Yeah, okay, well maybe this is a good reason why just thinking so is not good enough, okay?
Okay.
Because it's not, okay?
Okay.
See, the same reason, if you're paying attention to the reason, it's the same reason actually. Remember when we did the other one, we said that 20 is a multiple of 2. Yeah? 20 is 2 times 10. Okay?
Okay.
Listen, okay? Listen carefully so you don't have to ask and forget and then repeat, okay? Then you plus 2, so 20, and then you get to 22, that's the next even number. Right? We did that before.
Okay.
Yeah? 20, 22, 24, 26, 28.
Okay.
They're the even numbers on that row.
The even numbers on that row.
Do you understand what I just said?
Just a little bit. Only the one that you said last. I don't know how to say it again.
Yeah, so 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30, right?
Yeah, that's the one I understand. That's the one that you said last, right?
Yeah, and it doesn't have 29 on it, does it? It skips 29.
Yeah, so I heard you said didn't say 29. I heard you said the other 20 numbers.
8. Yeah, 28, 30. I never said 29, right?
Right.
So that means 29 is not a multiple of 2.
Yeah,
It's not even.
Yeah, because 30 is bigger than 29, so it skipped 29, right?
Yeah, so what does it mean now? What happens? Does 29 work or doesn't it work?
It doesn't work.
What does work mean?
Work.
So we're looking for a number that was not a multiple of 2 and was not a multiple of 3, okay?
Yeah.
So it does work.
Oh.
It's not a multiple of 2 and it's not a multiple of 3.
I know how to say work and I know how to do work, but I don't know what works really means. Only a little bit.
Yeah, I guess works means if something works,
Yeah, it's a different work.
yeah. So if something doesn't work, it's kind of like it's broken. Yeah.
Yeah.
If it does work, it's kind of like it's not broken and it's normal. It's doing what it should be doing. Okay.
Okay.
So in this case, the way we're using works, it's like if it's the one that if it's the one that we want. Okay.
Okay.
And we want numbers that are both not multiples of 3 and not multiples of 2. Okay.
Okay.
So 29 is not a multiple of 3 and it's not a multiple of 2. Okay?
Okay.
We just showed that. So
Oh.
29 is one of the answers on that row. Okay?
But he's only multiplied to 3, I think.
Yeah. So the only other things which are not multiples of 2 and not multiples of 3 apart from 29 on that row, okay,
Okay.
is 25, 23,
Right.
and that's it. Okay? It's only 25, 23, and 29. Okay, and that will end it there, okay? We've gone long enough.
Okay.